Hey, what's up guys? Murder of Birds here, bringing you my anime review for Kuroko no Basket 2, Kuroko's Basketball 2, episode 28. This episode, just watched it for the second time, such a great episode. This is literally my favorite episode so far, hands down. Oh my gosh, this episode is just awesome. That's all I can really sum it up in, okay? This episode is pretty much to contribute, a whole new Team Seirin. That's what this episode is pretty much based on, a whole new Team Seirin. Team Seirin is definitely not the same team that they were in part 1 in season 1. They're definitely new, they're organized, they're coordinated. And what I really love about this is the fact that Kagami and Kuroko are not the center, the focal point of this team anymore. In part 1, in season 1, you had, Kuroko and Kagami. What strategies are they going to use? How is the team going to work around them? Now the team's working around each other. They're a lot more reliant on each other for support and backing each other up, and they're definitely the strongest now than they've ever been before, judging by this episode. So I really did enjoy, finally getting some other characters, filling up plots and points and, being noticed. So anyways, the episode starts off. Winter Cup preliminaries are starting. All the teams are converging from the Inter-High. You have Team Toho, Team Yosen, you have Team Seirin, all the Generation of Miracle teams also included, converging. Everyone else is, setting up and going to converge and meet up for this match, for their matches. And Team Seirin is first up at bat. They're going to be competing for their first game against Team Josei. Now, this team is really known for their aggressiveness, their aggressive nature in terms of center play and overall play style. And we also find out, that from their scouting, from their, gathering of information, that they feel that they have the upper hand because in Season 1, Team Seirin had a really bad center because of the fact that, the whole team was all over the place, they weren't formulating correctly, and, it was really up to Kuroko and Kagami to pull through for the team. So, already right there, getting some misconceptions of their opponent, and that's one thing that you definitely don't want to do. And another thing is the fact that Kiyoshi is definitely debuted in this game. This is his first game coming back to Team Seirin, and he goes ham. We actually find out a bit about him as well, and a bit about the fact of the Generation of Miracles and things like that as well. So we find out that there is I want to call it a pseudo Generation of Miracles amongst players. In a way, they are like the Generation of Miracles in training, if you will. You have Aomine, Akashi, Murasaki Bara, Kisei, and Midori. And, those are the current Generation of Miracles. But then you have these characters that show such promise and potential that someday they will excel and be the next generation. Henceforth, Himuro, from what we've seen from him in the early episodes, Kagami with his progression throughout the entire series, and more so, we find out as well that Kiyoshi is one of those. He is considered the what's the name? He's considered the Ironheart, and he strategizes, as a very strong and aggressive and defensive center. He plays to get the ball every rebound, and he does that in this episode. He's really unorthodox. His play style is very different in terms of the fact, he doesn't just rebound and then pass to someone. He can play aggressively. He can rebound and just yam it on somebody. So really love the fact that he is a very strong candidate for a Generation of Miracles player, not just Kagami or not just Himuro. And that just leads me to believe maybe there are others. Maybe there are other teams out there that don't have a Generation of Miracles, but maybe have a pseudo Generation of Miracles character that can, fill that gap in between, strengths between teams. So really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed Kiyoshi. I love his humor. The fact that he was like smiling the entire episode and stuff like that. And the fact that when it comes down to it, he is actually serious. He takes things seriously. And he just has like a natural and, great atmosphere, great personality. And I really do enjoy him as a character. Also, a little extra thing is the fact that Kagami, he was going so hard, he was trying, like, way too hard this episode. The fact that he wants to be the center of the attention, that he wants to be the spotlight, does that dunk, fails, headbutts the hoop, and then he gets dragged off the court on halftime. So I thought that was pretty funny too. And more so, I like the fact that, when Kagami gets like that, he gets hot-headed, Kuroko is there, and I just love the fact that we got to see And this is something that I really do enjoy about the two of them, that they kind of balance each other out. You know, you got Kagami, who is that character who's like the hot-headed one, the impulsive one who makes decisions, who shoots first, asks questions later. And then you have Kuroko, who's there to, you know, balance that out, you know, with his calm, cool nature. He obviously thinks before he acts, and the fact that he doesn't just open his mouth and say whatever and then thinks about what he said afterwards. So I really did enjoy that, in the sense that, you know, Kagami was getting a little hot-headed, he was getting, you know, a little belligerent, and Kuroko was there to you know, bring him back down to his happy medium. And the fact that they just even each other out, they're pretty much great for each other in terms of friends. And, you know, one of the players also mentioned that they make a cute couple pretty much, so I thought that was also funny too. But yeah, great episode. Everything else in between, Team Seirin went ham. They straight left that team in the dust. And that's another thing too, the fact that every game in part 1 was just by a few points, or, you know, one basket short of winning or losing, etc., etc. But the fact is, they won this match 108-61. If that doesn't show a difference in ability, a difference in strength, then I don't know what does. The fact that they're getting records like this, I don't know the capacity, the level, the extent of the team that they were going up against, but it definitely shows that they've definitely worked hard for that 108-61 record, especially with the fact that they never got anything like that in part 1 either. And the episode ends off on a very high note for Kagami, especially. Runs up, just yams, gets everyone out. He's like, just get the hell out of my way. You guys are nothing compared to me. And he goes to dunk, and right before he dunks, each Generation of Miracles character gets this feeling like there's somebody else out there, and that somebody else is Kagami. The fact is, he's been growing since episode 1. He's been working slowly and slowly and slowly, raising his potential, you know, and getting his jump ability out there. You know, working on that. Maybe that'll be his, you know, his signature style, if you will, like each other Generation of Miracles. But the fact is, he's being recognized by the Generation of Miracles, similar to Kuroko. In that sense, you know, he may definitely be the next candidate of a Generation of Miracles player. But overall, guys, this episode left me wanting more. I can't. It's gonna be torture for me to wait a week for the next episode. But this episode was amazing. I loved every second of it. Let me know what you guys thought. What was your favorite part of the episode? Are you guys looking forward to the next episode? Let me know any highlights you guys liked about this episode, or in general any discussions in the comments down below. Also, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed my channel and enjoyed my video. And I will definitely catch you guys next week for the next episode. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.